How much do you want? I think maybe 50. In Copa, this would be great day. Okay. Let's start with
How can
this.
I have a feeling?
You think 10 people will make it? No. I will answer a question for 10.
Okay, then
For 20 less, I will answer a question.
let's do that.
Who? Multiply the 10 and from.
Fine. How long do you want to do this? Or please? Let's leave it at that.
You are too greedy.
I'm not too greedy, we're not too greedy. Not like that. I'm not a chef, just like that. Oh my God.
Let's go there. Let's go.
And good people are really watching. You said a low road may be. Yeah. Said a low road may be possible. Because I want to come to service from after. So, guys, and the top tip. It's a too cold fire. So hi everyone, welcome to our live stream. Thank you for joining us. I see somebody's already piling up messages after messages. Welcome, sir. So yeah, today is one of those days when you don't feel like cooking, but it just hits you that people still need to eat. Even on days you don't feel like cooking, yes, people still need to eat. Apparently it's a thing. I didn't know. When I was like a single person, sometimes I would be like, I'm not cooking today, and I never cooked. Okay? I never cooked. I slept and I woke up. But turns out that when other people need to eat, it doesn't matter if you don't want to eat. That's on you. That's your problem. So today is one of those days. Yeah, actually, baby.
You think I'm a friend of yours?
Who's a friend of a friend of mine?
People are asking.
Is Imran someone you know? Guys, I don't know Imran, but yeah, sure. Hi Imran, country name. Okay, love you, so beautiful, good video. Oh, hi. Hi, how are you? Hi Imran, how are you? Okay. Thanks, guys. So, I think Imran is just somebody on the live chat. How are you? Yes. So somebody asked that, and I was like, okay. So also, a lot of people from the comment section are just people who just come to support the live stream. I don't know people personally, so yeah. Probably Imran has seen some of my live streams, so yes. Anyway, like I was saying, so apparently when you don't feel like eating and it's not just you who lives there, you have to cook. It doesn't matter. That's you. That's on you. If you don't feel like eating, that's you. That's a you problem. So yeah. I'm just trying to imagine like how it's gonna be when I have kids. I mean, I love to cook, but there are days I just want to drink water and sleep, and apparently other people don't like drinking water and sleeping, so here I am cooking anyways. So yeah. So also today we were like supposed to go out for dinner, but then we changed our plans last minute, and I think maybe some part of my brain was already still thinking like, aren't you not supposed to cook today? Aren't you not, like, you know? So yeah, we're supposed to go out, have some dinner, come back home, sleep. But as fate would have it, that was not to happen today. Yes. So I'm gonna make something very simple. I'm going to make. God damn. Okay. So that went all the way. Didn't give me none of that. So I always like to grate my tomatoes because the blending is so easy when you grate them. Yeah, I think if you guys are not new to this channel, then you've seen me do this countless times, yeah. So I grate my tomatoes. It's easier to blend in a meal rather than cutting them. You know, sometimes when you cut them, the skin becomes part of the stew, and when it's, I'm not saying it's bad that it's part of the stew, but it turns into some strings. So when you grate it, you just left the skin, and you can throw that away. Yes. So also I like to start by making my ingredients so that, yeah, like I can finish up with that. so that when I start cooking, it's all going downhill directly. So yeah, so fortunately today I'm just making two things, and I hope it doesn't take too long, because sometimes the universe just wants me to extend time. For what reason, I don't know. Okay, so that's the second half of our tomato. We're done with the tomato, so we're going to set that aside. Remember, we've cut our onions, our red bell peppers and green bell peppers, and that's done. So before you cut any veggies, make sure to wash them. It's always good to be hygienic with anything that you do, not just the veggie. The next thing I'm going to do is the rice, and I need to measure that, wash it, then cook it. Step by step, very simple. All right, where are you? So, the rice, you need some oil. Just pour some of it. We used to think, or we believe, that if you heat the oil at the bottom of the pan that you're using to make rice, we used to actually think as kids, like, it prevents the rice from sticking. Yeah, we were just kids. Well, if you don't give it enough water, it's gonna stick either way, so nice try. Okay, next thing is salt. And like, since I already know the amount of rice I need to use, I'm just gonna put in the water because I already know, like I said. So I'm making 1 cup of rice, which means the same cup that I used to measure the rice, I'm gonna add 2 cups of water. Yeah. Okay, so I always do the exact cup, depending on the measurement. If I make like 1 glass of rice or 1 cup of rice, I do double the water for that cup. It cooks perfectly, but sometimes, just to be on the safe side, you can add a little bit of water, like a quarter size of water to the cup, just to cover the maybe area, like maybe if the rice is dried up too fast or cooked too fast or evaporated, the water evaporated, stuff like that. It's usually like this tiny stuff, but just add a bit of water, just like a quarter, not too much again, not something that is equivalent to almost 1 cup. Okay, hope you get that. So the next thing I need to do is wash my rice. Okay, so currently my pan is on heat, trying to warm up a little bit. Yeah.
People often tell us,
How am I? Oh, hi. Somebody asked, Hair by Money. Hair by Money asked, how am I? Hi, I'm good. How are you? How's your weekend coming along? Yeah, so, babe,
you know,
are you going to shower? Yeah, so I'm good. For anybody that is asking how I'm doing, I'm good. I'm really like, I did live stream dancing today and it was so good. Like you guys tuned up and I loved it. And I feel like my muscles and my body is stretched. And I just want to bathe and go to bed. Like if you ask me what do you want right now? Bathing and going to bed. Like I'll think about food tomorrow, but today I just want to bathe and go to bed. So yeah, I'm like worn out, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm fine. Yeah. But thank you so much for asking. I know sometimes people will just say, I'm fine, everything is fine, when everything is not fine. So thank you so much for asking. I'm really okay. I'm doing great. And my weekend is going well actually. So yeah, let's move on to the rice. Like you saw, I did 1 cup of this and I'm just gonna wash it. I spilled some of it here, so I'm just gonna wash it and then I'm gonna put it in the water that is already warmed up. So like you don't need to wait for the water to boil, guys, okay? That is some ancient method of cooking rice. Just, you can literally put rice in cold water while it's on the pot, while it's on the heat, honestly, and it will cook. You don't have to wait for the water to boil and do what and do what, no. I didn't know that until, I don't know, maybe into my adulthood, then I realized, oh, yeah, because we used to soak rice, wait for the water to boil, then, you know, all that process. But if you haven't soaked it, you've just washed it, there's no need. Also, I feel like soaking rice actually reduces the, what do I say, the quantity of it. It becomes less. Yes, it becomes less. When you just cook it directly, it swells more than when you actually soak it. I don't know why people soak rice. Rice cooks in under 20 minutes, so why are you soaking it? Just wash it and put it in the water. It will cook fine, it will cook perfectly. But if you soak it, it reduces in size. Yeah, so I don't know if you've noticed that, but I have. Yes. Remember, I learned how to cook from a very young age, so a lot of these things I've experienced them. It's not just something I'm making up. Okay, so now our rice is cooking finely. We move on to the next thing. After that, I can rinse everything that I've used, so we start afresh for tomorrow. Okay, so the next thing we need is some plate to put my already chopped ingredients. So also on days that I don't really feel like cooking, when I do cook, I make my meals in a very simple way. Like I try to make them in a way that I remember having them as a child. Yeah, so like today I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna add any sauces or any complicated anything, so it's just gonna be the natural taste of the food. Basically that and the ingredients, that's it. Okay, so let's move on with this. So my chopping board is huge. I use different sides for different things. For example, this chopped side, I use it for veggies, and this other side I use for beef. So I know a lot of people are gonna come for me like, why didn't you just buy another chopping board? Okay, moving on. Let's move on. Let's move on because it's the way of life. People just move on. Right. Yeah, like if you've noticed, I haven't added anything to my rice. I just did salt and water. Water, water. Same thing to me. Okay, the salt is fine. The oil was there. I just need to cover it because I want it to actually soak in that water completely. Okay. So I was just freezing this guy over here, and let's just say, well, it's completely defrozen, so fine. Holy moly Christ. Okay, so try not to have the liquid come out, and I also don't want the whole thing going off. Baby, baby, you're ready. I've been told this is like the softest part of pork. Yeah, so this is pork. You know what the softest part means, but like, I guess it's the premium cut or something, I don't know. So, thank God it didn't fight me. There's no bone, nothing. Also, another thing about working out, sometimes it suppresses your appetite, and I work out a lot. Yeah. I say sometimes, so don't come for me. I'm not a doctor. It is something that I've experienced personally, and I've also read it. So yeah, don't come for me. I just said it because I have experienced it and I've read it on Google, by the way, on Google. So no doctor told me that. Yeah, so if you're in your fitness journey and you think about working out or getting fit or being active, yeah, sometimes just you work out and you don't feel like eating at all. You're not starving, but you haven't eaten as well, but you don't feel like eating. So that is something that I personally have experienced. So yeah. Yeah, and I know like a lot of people who constantly say, oh, but you're fat, so it doesn't count. You're already fat. Yeah, I know, thanks. So yeah, I know there's also those people that are like, well, if you don't eat for a day or 2 or 3 days, doesn't matter because you're fat anyway. Welcome to my world. Yes, Benny says he has the same issue. Yes. There were times in Nairobi that I would eat literally twice the whole week, and I've worked out every single day of that week, and I wasn't starving, I wasn't hungry, I wasn't craving anything, and it just happened. Okay, it just happened, and I didn't know how and why. And then I read somewhere that when you exercise a lot, sometimes it suppresses your cravings or starvation, whatever, I don't know. Yeah, so I have experienced that, and
I do it. Sometimes also I just don't feel like eating. I don't even know if it's the exercising or not. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, also like for a lot of people who actually think I am fat, I'm not offended if that's what you think. But then again, my body type is not skinny, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so yeah. All I know is the more you work out, you get to a point where sometimes you don't feel like eating, you're not starving, you're not even upset with anyone, you just don't want to eat. And you're trying to think about, am I really craving something, or is it that I am used to the same routine of food? No, you just don't want to eat and you're not starving. It's just it. Like, there's no explanation to it. So I have experienced that. So yeah. And I'm glad somebody mentioned that they have experienced the same thing. So I guess it's not out of the blue. So like today, I literally didn't feel like eating. I'm making this food because my husband has to eat. Apparently, when you have a husband, they have to eat. I didn't know that. Why didn't anybody tell me that? I mean, sometimes in Nairobi, I would just, well, sleep. I didn't feel like eating, fine, I would sleep. I felt like cooking, fine, I would cook. But like, apparently, when you have a husband, you have to cook. Did you guys know that? Or kids, apparently you have to cook. Shocker. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, but like, I enjoy cooking. That's the thing about me. I do actually enjoy cooking, and I don't feel like I get forced to cook. Yeah, and just because I don't feel like eating doesn't mean everybody else needs to starve. I'm obviously just joking about it, but like, yeah, doesn't mean everybody else has to starve. Yeah, I mean, do they not have to though? Yeah, sure. Nobody needs to starve just because you don't feel like eating, Sharon, okay? Sure. Okay, so now we're dumping. Why are you so dramatic? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're trying to ban me for using me? That is too aggressive. Like, what? Okay, so now we're gonna have to keep the rest in the fridge. I hope we cook it soon because I don't know how long it can stay like this. Considering I just melted every single ice that was on it, I hate these containers. They are so annoying. They don't stick, they don't close, they're too weak, too soft. Yeah, so I'm always doing these live streams every single day for live cooking. And during the day I do fitness. During the day I do live fitness. Oh yeah. Somebody says you got big muscles. Yes, because I work out every day. I don't know. I didn't actually think I could gain them, but I did. Like, my favorite part is the fact that I would rather have them than have my meat here hanging, Yeah, so I love how they started forming and they were like breaking down like that. Yes. Yes. So I do this live stream every single day, every day of the week. I do like live fitness at the gym. In the evening, I do live cooking. On Saturday, like today, I did live dance sessions. I do those as well every single Saturday. And basically, those are the three consistent things that I do on this channel. So if that is anything that interests you, please don't forget to subscribe. Let's go check up on our dramatic queen. Such a drama queen. Wow. Like, why is it yelling though? Like, I get it, but why? God damn. Okay, I'm sorry. So our rice was actually dry and almost went to burning stage. Yes. That's usually the problem of cooking 1 cup. Remember when I said rice cooks every 20 minutes? It does. So like you don't need to be soaking it or doing whatever. Unless you're cooking rice or steam, which I don't know exists. And this is also super dramatic because like it's not covering the whole pot, the whole pan, and it's just like being too dramatic for no reason. So I'm flipping them. The upside goes down, the downside comes up. So I'm trying not to get burned. And that's exactly what they're trying to do to me. They're trying to burn me. So just be careful. Try not to get burned. Really trying to go to hell. Completely roasted. The thing about pork meat is it's not supposed to have any soup. Like you're not supposed to add water to it. Because then it becomes slimy and soft and annoying. At least in my experience. So you're supposed to add the ingredients and that's it. That's literally it. So I'm just waiting for it to turn brown on both sides and then I can add the ingredients and yeah. Yes, while I'm trying not to get burnt too. Then the bell peppers with the onions have already given their color brown. Yeah, the next thing you need to add is your tomato, which I already grated. and it's just been sitting here smoothing itself out. Yeah, so this is it. It's our final product going into the meal. Lucky for it, tomato comes with a bit of stew. The juice from tomatoes, it's actually nice. Good to soften things up. Yes. So I'm glad it's some simple, quick meal to make. And it doesn't take too much time. And you can always do this anytime you don't feel like cooking too much food. Just try not to have something that has too much stew. It's exhausting. Actually, making meals that have too much stew, in my experience, is exhausting. You just get somewhere and you're like, who's gonna eat all this? Like, especially like if you're making it for like less than 3 people, or maybe less than 5. Yeah, it's exhausting. So the next thing I'm adding is salt. That's what we're gonna eat. So if you want this stew to be more without adding water, just try to increase the number of the ingredients that you added. Probably you can increase the number of tomatoes you're adding to the stew, or the onions or anything. But like, you can maintain the onions. You can have like half onion. Like I used half an onion, but it was a big size, and then I did bell peppers. It wasn't too much, but the tomato was like sufficient because the food is already like a tiny bit. So yeah, you can do that. So if you want this stew without actually adding water, just try to increase the size of those ingredients. Yeah, that's it. What I added was black pepper. That's it. That's it, guys. We're done cooking. Very fast, very simple. Something that anybody can make whenever they're bored of cooking, or you just, even if it was beef, you do the same thing. Yeah, try to accompany it with something also light, you know, because also it's night time. You're not supposed to eat a lot at night for heavy meals or something. So yeah. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to serve. And today I don't have too much stew that I need to simmer, so I don't need this sitting here and dry. But the oil mess is a lot, like it made a lot of noise and a lot of mess. So I'm coming back to, god damn, so dramatic. Yeah, so I'm coming back to serve, and I'll just put this in the fridge after that. Okay guys, so we're gonna serve our dinner. Stick around. This will take long. I don't think I've ever cooked anything under 1 hour. Yes, this is actually the first time. So let's see what we have. Something about me, I care about how the food is. I don't only care about how it's cooked, I care about how it's presented. It's also very important. This is something that will go into boosting your appetite. So try to make it look nice. The same way you want to be served in a restaurant. It's the same way you should serve meals for yourself, okay? Don't just be there like dumping everything and mixing it all up and being like, fine, it's mine. Like, who cares how it looks? Well, I sort of do, but like, you should too. Because why are you giving yourself half the service you wouldn't even want to get in a restaurant? Why? Just make it look nice and serve yourself nicely. Make it look presentable. Yes, then you're going to start enjoying your meals at home. I'm not saying going to the restaurant is bad. I'm just saying put as much effort at home as you want to be served in a restaurant. The same way you want your food to come out looking in the restaurant. And when I mean restaurant, I mean really, really restaurant. I don't mean like the small restaurants that people have. I know they don't put too much effort and usually their meals are more tasty, but like I'm talking about a real restaurant, somewhere where fine dining restaurant, any kind of restaurant that is like above that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So if you want to see a good service there, why do you not want to do the same thing for yourself while you're home? Like, you have to love yourself enough to want to be presentable for yourself enough. Not just hoping people will treat you nicely. Treat yourself nice as well. People will just start treating you nicely naturally. But if you don't care, you're like, oh no, it's okay, it's fine, I don't care. Okay guys, so this is our meal. I know it looks very tasty, but I'm still not starving. I'm not starving, okay? It looks nice, it looks tasty. The pork is not runny, it doesn't have any runny soup. It literally has none of that. And the rice looks nice, single rice standing out there. It's very pretty, it's very tasty. I know it's tasty, I don't even have to taste it. But honestly, I don't feel like eating today, and this is something that I just made for my husband. So if you enjoyed this meal preparation, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate everybody that always does that, everybody that jumps into our live every time we go live. So thank you so much for watching. I do this live stream every single evening, and I'm always having these different menus and meals being prepared. So if this is something that you enjoy, please tune in every time we do these live streams. Thank you so much for watching. This is my husband's dinner, not our dinner. This is my husband's dinner, and I hope he enjoys it. He always does, but yeah, sure. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon in the next live streams that I always host. So have a good night and bye.